It is time to get uplifted. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Allison Seymour, and this week's episode theme is positively heartwarming. I hope you caught that little hint there. Pause. We're focusing on our pets this week because August is National Dog Month. Because we know your furry friends aren't just animals. Oh no, they are part of the family. They're part of the pack. Whether it's a comforting cuddle during those tough times or just those goofy little zoomies that all make us laugh, animals have a way of lifting our spirits and reminding us to pause and appreciate the little things. Look, studies even show that pets can lower your stress, boost your confidence, and give everybody a stronger sense of purpose. So today on Get Uplifted, we're throwing a bone to our local animal lovers, spotlighting some amazing dogs and their devoted owners, and the community heroes who help to protect these perfect pairings and make them thrive. They call them man's best friend, and for good reason. I'll throw in there woman's best friend too. Dogs have a special way of lifting us up even on our worst days. So we're kicking off this episode with a heartwarming story out of North Carolina about one therapy dog who's doing more than just bringing smiles. She's helping dozens of kids heal from trauma, one tail wag at a time. Take a listen.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing quite as disarming as a mini golden doodle.
This is Sunny.
She's not only Director Logan Huff's baby, but also an employee of Joanne's Place South Mountain Children's Advocacy Center in Rocky Mount, a nonprofit helping children who are victims of abuse and neglect.
She just had a different temperament than the other ones from the litter. She just kind of leaned on my shoulder and was just very loving and not as hyper, wasn't jumping on me, and I just knew that that was what the kids needed.
Spectrum News 1 first met Sunny at just 6 months old, starting her training to become a therapy dog and already making an impact.
There's been multiple incidents that we've just seen the anxiety come off of the kids' face whenever they're greeted by Sunny.
Fast forward about 6 more months, Sunny's now bringing comfort to the courtroom, helping kids if they have to testify, and relieving stress for law enforcement officers like Detective Macy Hasty with the Nash County Sheriff's Office.
Some days I may not even have a forensic interview to do at the Children's Advocacy Center, but if I'm having a rough day, I'll just stop by and drop in, and me and Sunny will kind of hang out for a few minutes and run up and down the halls and play together, so it helps all of us.
A moment of joy in a job that can carry a heavy weight.
A lot of times these kids are talking about the hardest thing that they've ever endured and potentially the hardest thing that they ever will endure. And Sunny just being in the room with them, it brings comfort to them.
Serving with love at home, on the go, and in the courtroom.
You know, to me, she's so much more than a dog because she gets to help people every day, and it warms my heart to know that she gets to do that.
If unconditional love had a tail and 4 paws, it might look like Chai Bear. This adorable pup isn't just cute. She is a true mental health sidekick. One of our directors here at WUSA 9, Deja Norman, recently brought Chai into her life during what she describes as a tough time and says that Chai has been a game changer ever since. They're both here with us in studio to talk about their bond, their journey, and yes, we're hoping for a few little tail wags. Chai is in here representing. She's so cute.
Hi,
and
Chai.
Deja's cute too. Hi. This is our girlfriend here. We love Deja. Yeah. Okay, so take us back to that moment. Like, I can remember it very distinctly. You said you were looking for a new companion after sweet Teddy passed away, right?
Yes.
I feel like Oprah trying to make you cry right now, but that's true. And I've been there too. So tell us about the moment that you decided to bring Chai into your life.
You know, that time, like, we lost Teddy last September.
Yeah.
And that was my childhood dog. I had him for about 14 years. And that was a hard one. And I knew I wanted a companion while I was up here. Last year was just a lot of tough times, you know, like family issues and stuff like that. And, you know, also your friends, all your family and everybody that's around, they have busy lives. And you want to be able to just have a companion to be like, let's get up and go. Let's go out.
Right.
And I thought I wouldn't be able to get a dog. You know, I kept going back and forth. I would talk to you about it all the time.
Because you're like a single mom right now.
I am a single mom.
Gentlemen. But anyway, you're a single mama with this baby.
I knew it was
this is the only baby.
This is the only baby. And I knew it was going to be a huge responsibility.
Sure.
And I just, you know, prior to having my last dog, I just wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision. And I just said, let's go for it. And then I saw her her little cute picture.
I know, she was
and
so
I named
cute.
her.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about the name.
Okay, so her name is Chai Bear.
Yeah.
And I named her Chai Bear. Originally, I named her Chai first. It's a one syllable name, and I knew I wanted to have 2 syllables. You want to tell them how you got named? I knew I wanted a 2 syllable name.
Okay.
And my mom's first dog, when I was a little girl, she had the dog before me. His name was Bear.
Okay.
And then when I named my dog, my childhood dog, his name was Teddy. And we named him Teddy Bear, but I didn't even realize that
it was
irony.
Teddy Bear. Right, right.
And so I said it only would be right to name her Chai Bear to keep that bear legacy going on.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
So, you know, you talked about Chai really being a healer and a companion on your mental health journey too. So because she's really a companion
She's
dog.
a companion, and she motivates me a lot. Motivates me to be better. At points when I'm going through mental health issues, I want to stay at home. Now I have somebody I can go out with.
Right.
You know, we go to the park, we go watch the sunrise. I have to take care of her. You know, just having that responsibility really does help you give you another like purpose in life. And so it's just been really good to have her there.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did get her.
Yeah. Now we all, of course, we know Deja because Deja again is one of our esteemed directors here at WUSA 9. But we've also seen Chai because we've just seen Chai through the. Hey, she's not even, how old is she? Like 4 months?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. Through you know, over these past months, and you could just see everybody's stress level come down.
Yes.
So what do you think the impact is in your experience as a dog mom when you see other people around your pups?
You know, she just brings joy to everyone, and it's just good because we work in a high stress environment sometimes, you know, when it comes to like breaking news and, you know, just traumatic stories, and just for, you know, to see a happy, friendly face, a wagging tail.
Right.
A lot of people love to come and just
look,
play with her.
And all of our fellow
everybody
employees,
loves Chai.
Yeah, coming out.
And Chai loves everybody too. And, you know, she's just been healing for everybody, and I feel like also you guys have been healing for her. She loves the attention.
Yeah.
And I really want to say, Allison, thank you so much for like genuinely helping me make the decision to get her.
Yes.
And then also telling me that like Teddy chose her for me, because I truly do believe that.
I believe that.
So I really do appreciate you helping me and pushing me towards that.
Yeah.
Because I was just so, you know, back and forth.
Right.
And I think this has been one of the best decisions so
I
far.
love it. Well, we think so too. Look at Deja, like, you know, rocking the
she
baby.
was- 'cause she was talking.
Before we let you go, because I know before you give me a wrap out here with you, a director, remember, how do we follow Chai on Instagram?
You guys can follow her at _Chai_Bear on Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
Thank you, Star. Thank you, Chai Bear. Thank you, Deja. We love both
course.
of you.
Thank you.
All right. We are also shining a light on another working tale, this time a 4-legged detective who's helping protect families from a silent threat. Meet Indy, a 1-year-old Labrador retriever with a super duper nose. He's not searching for drugs or bombs. No, he's on the hunt for something you can't see, but can make you sick. I'm talking about mold.
He was trained to detect 16 different kinds of mold. He will go through the house, and when he smells it, he's gonna sit down. I'm gonna ask him to show me, and he's gonna point his nose. Show me.
The company behind this canine crime fighter is called Mold Hunt, based out of Florida, and was started by Zanetta Kusel after getting pneumonia from a hidden mole in the home that she had just bought. Now she's turning her experience into action, training dogs like Indy to spare others from the same fate. After 3 months of intense training, Indy is now helping spot what most of us could never do on our own. The goal? Protect future homeowners one sniff at a time. Well, you have probably heard of it, or at least seen the irresistibly cute photos online. Puppy yoga. Yep, it is exactly what it sounds like. Downward dogs, warrior poses, plenty of puppy cuddles in between. It's a trend that has been spreading joy all over the country. And right here in our community, several local yoga studios are joining in to host this feel-good event, including Up Dog Yoga Community, located in Northwest DC. And local yoga studio owner and instructor Charlie Lewis and her pup Penny join us in studio to talk about what they offer and the impact they are making. by partnering with a local animal rescue. Thanks for being here.
Thank you
Love
for inviting me.
So this whole idea about puppy yoga, can you break it down for us?
Yes, we work predominantly with Homeward Trails Animal Rescue, and they have adoptable pups, they have adoptable dogs, cats, all types of fur friends, but we invite adoptable dogs into our studio. They flow with us.
Okay.
It's a very hands-on approach, and it's super fun, gets people acquainted with the dogs, gets the dogs socialized, which is very important.
Yes.
And most importantly, gets people adopting animals and also fostering animals and really involved with the organization. And we can't speak highly about it enough. It's just a really fun event. Almost everyone leaves us a smile. I can say very few messes on the studio floor.
Hey,
Very
it
fun.
happens, but
Yeah.
yes, it's okay, you're ready for it. You know, this yoga is really, when I think of yoga, I think of a way to de-stress, stay, you know, but be in that moment. How does having the dogs there, how does that help with that?
Oh my gosh, so much, particularly for people who are newer to yoga. I think it breaks down a little bit of that anxiety of what am I doing on the mat, because if you don't know what you're doing, you hop down on all fours and you're petting a dog.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about what pose is next. You're just
Right.
breathing with the dog. The dog is also calming you. I think animals are the biggest representation of living in the moment and just being very present and playful.
Right.
And yoga should be first and foremost about play. And that's a really good living by model, living by example.
Right. And what about the dogs? What benefit do you think that they receive from being there?
I think the best benefit is socialization. I think maybe I would say even above that is adopting, getting them into homes, getting them comfortable. They have that time away from shelters, and that can be a really high stress, high anxiety time for them. So getting them out of that space, getting them some one-on-one attention.
Yeah.
Even I've seen them walk away with some new skills, learning how to sit, learning how
Oh,
to stay.
okay.
People will spend time with them before and after class for prolonged periods, which is really special. So all of that is both helpful for the animals and helpful for humans.
You hit on it a little bit, but you actually work in concert with Homeward Trails, right?
Yes.
Helping in, like, maybe just getting some visibility for the dogs too. Have you seen much success with that? Oh, you have. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about success stories.
Yeah, success stories. We've had several adoptions come from the events
Awesome.
directly. We've had several people apply to adopt too, and they're really great at vetting adopters. We've also seen people start to work as fosters for the service. And so they have kind of a two-part foster service. You can foster the animals in home, but you can also be someone who just handles the dogs at events. So if you're a foster, you can hand them off to the handlers at the adoption events.
Yeah.
The fosters get a little bit of break to do their errands. The handlers get some time to then show the animals. So there's a variety of ways to commit and help the program, which is lovely depending on what your schedule is.
Any events coming up that we can get in on with puppy yoga?
Yeah, we're working on an event this October, so
Okay.
this fall, and it will be at our studio at Updog Yoga Community on 7th and P in Shaw. And it's a lovely time. It's not heated. It's very relaxed. You don't have to have experience, but we'll keep you posted.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much, Charlie, for coming in and for bringing Penny. So
Oh,
cute.
thanks. She has a great time.
Check this out. Dogs aren't just joining humans on the mats, they're also joining you on your paddleboard. This is video of dozens of dogs in the United Kingdom competing in a surfing competition. Yep, the pups and their owners go out 50 meters, then paddle back to shore as fast as they can. A whippet named Margot, I believe that's Margot right there, stole this year's show, surfing her way to the championship title. And meet Haley Deccan and her pups Duncan and Splash. They're taking Uno to a whole new level. In a viral TikTok, they are seen flipping cards like pros, but it's all clever training. It's a training process. Haley says that she started with blue and yellow cards, which dogs can see best, rewarding them when they picked up the right one. Then she slowly introduced red and green. Those are the trickier colors for dogs. While they don't follow every Uno rule, Haley says they get the idea. And Duncan also plays tic-tac-toe. Super smart. Well, speaking of training your pets to do cool tricks, we want to spotlight a couple of rescue dogs and cats, part of the group, the Ultimates. And if you're not familiar with this group, it's known for showcasing animals performing amazing talents. And some of them even land up as stars in Hollywood movies and shows. Take a look.
This is Nibs. And this is Lollipop. Besides being extremely talented and cute, what else do they have in common? They both are members of the Ultimates.
Do you think anyone on the planet wakes up happier than you?
I don't think so, man. Look, my coworkers are amazing.
Melissa Millett here in her Ultimates, as she calls them, travel around Ontario, Canada every weekend to perform tricks they've mastered together. A trainer of 25 years, Melissa now has 9 dogs and 5 cats, with many of them making their way over to Hollywood.
I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs.
For example, later this month, her cat, Tonic, will be appearing in the movie Caught Stealing, starring the man you may remember as Elvis, Austin Butler.
He just petting your cat?
He did. Yeah, he was a phenomenal cat trainer.
Meanwhile, Lollipop and her best friend Sashimi have the Guinness World Record for the fastest 5-meter dog-cat scooter ride. As I found out, balance is actually just Lollipop's thing.
Hi, Lollipop.
That's what she does nonstop.
But here's one thing that might surprise you even more. Lollipop is actually deaf, as is the first dog you met, Nibs. However, here is why Melissa says that is not the biggest obstacle when training your dog.
The truth is that dogs don't speak English and they have a harder time responding to verbal cues. Hand signals are easier.
Actually, not only are 4 of the Ultimates deaf, but in fact, almost all of them are rescue animals. Like her dog Pepsi, who starred as Crypto the Super Dog in the show Titans. Pepsi was found abandoned in a snowy woodpile at 5 months old, and championing rescue animals like him has become a mission for Melissa.
In my position, it's really important it showcases the wonderful animals that you can find.
Well, we have a really special treat for you. We know it can be difficult to train your pup. Commands beyond sit, stay, roll, and twirl. I'm only at, I think, sit on all that list, but we have some help right now. Joining us on Zoom is certified canine fitness trainer Liana Burgoyne, and she runs Liana Fit Canine Conditioning. It is a virtual dog training company, and Liana's here to show all of us how to teach our furry friend a fun and impressive new trick. First of all, I cannot wait to see that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So how do you do this virtually? Are all of your lessons done virtually?
Yep. We can do some in person in like the, some areas that we are in, but we're mostly virtual. So we do a lot of Zoom, kind of just like this. And, how does it work? I mean, you're the one who lives with your home or with your dog. You're the one who lives with your dog at home 24/7. So we have to teach you how to be your dog's trainer.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to give everybody the deets on how they can get involved and log on. But you're also not just training dogs, you're helping them reach their fitness goals, right? How are you doing that?
So we train for canine fitness in addition to, behavior modification, obedience, and all the other stuff that you might be interested in. And canine fitness is just what it sounds like. It's fitness for dogs. So the same benefits that we get as humans, our dogs can get as well, which includes like increased lifespan, decreased anxiety, stronger muscles, less injuries to our joints. The list goes on and on.
What are some of the biggest hurdles that you see, Liana, when people come in and say, hey, I need some training here. I don't want my dog to get hurt, running out of the front door, all that kind of stuff. What are some of the big hurdles that owners face when trying to teach a dog tricks or commands?
I was going to say, like, general behaviors, I'd say the things I run into a lot are people not rewarding preferred behavior enough. There's a big focus on what the dog is doing wrong. But the best way to change undesired behavior is to replace it with desired behavior. So we need to take advantage of those moments where, maybe it wasn't exactly perfect, but it was better than the average undesired behavior that your dog typically performs. Right. So we need to reward a lot for the things that we like.
And just, here's just a big sort of umbrella question. Like for me, I think that I'm a pretty big softie when it comes to the puppies that I've shared my life with. And there have been many now at this point. But when you're training a dog, you're really helping them, right? In the long run, not being like, I hate to even tell them no and all this, but it's really helping in the long run. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and not just because it's nice to not yell at a dog, but it's also more effective to provide instructions on what you do prefer. Right. You can yell at your dog or say no all day, but even if they understand that what you're saying is, hey, please don't do this, what you're not explaining is what you prefer instead.
Okay. Now your pup has left the Zoom here, but we want to, maybe you could call them back because I understand you're going to teach us how to do just a simple trick, simple for you anyway, the the leg weaves, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So leg weaves are fun, but we also use them in fitness to warm up or cool down before your dog's workout. It's good for improving coordination and flexibility of the spine and general mobility. So it's a good one. But there's a lot of good ways to train a trick. The way that we did it is how I'm going to show you today.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we could lose that banner to see. Okay, there we go. Take it away. All good.
Okay, here we go, buddy. So first thing, I actually like to lure to begin. So I put the treat really close to her nose just to get the behavior to happen. So I put one treat in each hand because with the leg weaves, I'm going to be having her do like a figure 8 between my legs. So I need one treat for half of the movement and one for the other half of the luring. So I start with a big stance. You ready, buddy? Okay, good job. All right, let me load up. Here we go. So luring this way and then meeting in the middle with the other treat. Yes, treat. And then we yes her at the end to tell her that she did it right. Yes. And then we pay her after we say yes by giving her a treat. Good job, buddy.
Aww.
Yes. So now this is how we start, but then we take the treat out of our hand and we save the treat for the reward after the fact. So now I'm just going to lure with my empty hands. That's the next step.
Okay.
Ready, buddy? So I'm luring her with my empty hands. Yes. And then I give her the yes treat. Ready, buddy? Let's do it again. Yes. And then the next step is adding the word. So we call this loop because we already use the word weave for agility. So if you do agility with your dog, you might want to consider that. There we go. Ready, buddy? So we're going to add the word, still open hands, loop. Yes. One more time, loop. Good. Yes. And then if you do want your dog to rely more on the verbal cue rather than the open hand, then you might want to start fading that open hand out. So I'm going to do it with just the word loop. Oh, when it's new, they might give you that. They might not do it all the way. So we'll go back a step. That's what you got to do sometimes. Sometimes you're greedy with progressions. So let's go back to the open hand. Buddy, loop. She's also done this a lot today. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's perfect.
Let's try it without loop. Come on, you can do it, buddy. You might have to help her a little. Yes.
What a perfect pup. Okay, thank you so much. Look, before we let you go, how can people sign up for a session with you?
Good question. So you can find me on my website. That's lianafit.com. That's LIANAFIT.com. And you can schedule free virtual consultations there. You can also find me on Instagram at lianafit.
Okay, we will all be joining. We need some discipline in my house for sure. So thank you so much, Liana. It's been a joy.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Well, she showed up with nowhere to go, but this stray pup has found more than just a good neighborhood for her. She's found family. Coming up, meet the locals rallying to give this sweet girl the second chance and forever home she truly deserves. Welcome back in. We have all heard that phrase, who rescued who? And in one Maryland neighborhood, that sentiment couldn't ring more true. Now, there's a stray dog on the block, no name, no home, but she left a mark on everyone who meets her. One woman in particular has made it her mission to make sure this pretty girl gets the life she deserves. WUSA 9's Sean Martinelli takes us to Clinton, where a community is coming together, all for a dog that just won't leave their hearts or their street.
Pretty girl.
If calls were currency,
Pretty girl.
Rain Correa would be the wealthiest woman on this Maryland block.
Pretty girl.
But what Rain wants cannot be bought.
I want her to have a home. That's why I called you.
Rain's referring to that dog with a limp and without an owner.
Her tail is always tucked in. I always try to get that little wag Just a second, if I can.
How she got here is a mystery. Neighbors say the dog was abandoned by a breeder who didn't give her a name, just a number, 9.
Mueve!
For months, professionals have tried to come and catch.
Probably around 70-something times, they told me.
Every time, they leave empty-handed.
She won't leave the block. She'll go to this end to the other end.
Which is why Rain says this dog is different.
I noticed that she was a wonderful dog when she was walking the kids to the bus stop. There you go.
After she saw that, Rain began looking out for the mutt. Now other neighbors are too.
She sleeps on my porch. She sleeps in the back.
She sleeps here too.
No, she does.
She sleeps in
Because
front of their
I
house.
spoke to them. That's how I knew what was going on with them.
Rain knows the best pets can come into our lives when least expected.
My first dog I found is Cynthia in Concourse Village in the Bronx in the middle of a snowstorm back in the 70s.
Some 50 years later, this dog wandered into her life, but she can't stay. Rain's only living here temporarily.
I just want her to have home. I just wish I could have her.
So the calls will continue
Pretty girl.
until they are answered.
Oh, there she is. She's coming.
Until the dog with no name and no home gets both. In Clinton, Maryland, Sean Martinelli, WUSA 9.
Some exciting news about this former stray dog from Prince George's County's animal shelter. Last March, Riker joined forces with DC Fire and EMS. Look at Riker. What a good-looking pup. Since then, he's been rolling into action, lending a paw wherever he's needed, from firehouse morale boost to community outreach. Now that is a hometown hero. Well, by now, we hope that we've inspired you to add a furry friend to your family. So let's introduce you to some foster pups that are looking for their forever home. Okay, you got to help me out now. Where's Pedro?
This is Pedro.
There's
right
Pedro
here.
right there. Now, I know Miss Wiggles, because she's the only girl and dressed up in her cute little outfit. There's Wiggles with the bow, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Aquaman, the husky Aquaman. Karen Perkins and Wari Casada have been fostering Pedro and Aquaman for the past 2 months. And Denai Estrada is over here with the orange hair. She's been fostering Miss Wiggles for about a week. So you guys are the true heroes right now. I see you. It's hard sometimes. I understand. They're like kids.
It is. He is exactly like a toddler.
They're like kids. And Leah Schuler is all the way to my left. She is a representative for the Rescue Love Paws.
Yes.
So welcome everybody in. Let me start with you, Leah. Thank you. What do you need to know before you foster and or adopt a dog? Bring a new pet into your home.
So you should definitely know like the behaviors, if they fit with your family. Do they have a lot of energy? Will they need training? How old they are? And everything like that. Thank you, honey, for sitting on me. Everything like that. And a lot of fosters and rescues, they provide that information to adopters. They know the behavioral needs, they know the medical needs, they provide training on all the dogs, and they get to know the dogs in a home environment versus a shelter environment. And when people adopt from a rescue versus not necessarily going to the shelter, but shelter, definitely. You already have that information on hand.
Right,
and
it's important. Right,
it's very much important.
How they are with kids, other animals, things like that. Now, it's important to know too. We've done a lot of stories like this. That all 3 pups came from the Prince George's County, right?
Yes.
Okay. These dogs would have been put down if not for fosters and ultimately forever homes. That need is really real.
Oh, it is very real.
Yeah.
We are in desperate need of fosters who are willing to open up their homes to amazing dogs. Like these dogs are so great. They like a chance is all we ask for. And through the shelter, like rescues, do a short evaluation just to know kind of what you're getting into. I mean, nothing's perfect, but we do try to ensure like you're going to get a dog that we can help you with. And rescues stand up and they're with you the whole way. They're not just going to give you a dog and leave you. They're going to help you through medical needs, through training needs, through anything that you can think of. they're going to be there for you, the helping hand.
Let me hear from some of our fosters. Tell me all about your pup and what's it like and what you had to go through to be a foster.
Well, I started fostering quite a few years ago. I foster with different rescues and different shelters throughout Maryland and really across the United States, focusing on euthanasia-less dogs because I just feel like not many people know that like euthanasia isn't just for like broken dogs or sick dogs with a poor prognosis. Like it's for space, and you know he didn't deserve to get put to sleep just for space. You know. So I found some space in my house for him, and I've had him for a couple months. He's so sweet. He's a sensitive boy.
We're seeing some glamour shots of him right now as you're speaking. Okay.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude.
Yeah.
And he's very sweet. He's good with my kid. I think with slow, proper intros, he can be good with any kid. And he's good with other dogs. He loves other dogs.
He is such a sweetie. Okay, let's move on to Aquaman. What is it like to have Aquaman in your home?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Aquaman adapted really well. You never know, how they're going to be when they come from the shelter. These dogs have been through things that we have no idea about. And he adapted. We give them time to decompress and separate from other animals before we introduce them. But now, as you can see in the photos, he's part of the pack. Gets along great with my other dogs. Very treat motivated, learning tricks, and has really gained a lot of confidence. And it's just amazing to see how the dogs shine and become their own after they leave that stressful environment.
Oh my gosh, and those eyes, I wish that he was facing the camera, but you saw the photos. Last but not least, now does Wiggles have a full name? Because I think something about Miss Wiggles Butt, was that what it was?
Her name is actually Madam Wigglebutt.
Madam Wigglebutt, okay, got it.
The kids decided that that's what we wanted to name her.
Okay.
She's 4 years old. She was able to get out of the shelter last week. And thankfully, Left Paws worked really fast, got her in to see an eye specialist because she does have an issue with one of her eyes. She has no vision. But it hasn't stopped her at all. She's the sweetest girl ever. She likes to hang out with my 4-year-old daughter and likes to hang out with my teenagers as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Just really quickly, Denai, what made you think, yes, I can bring another family member in, if even for a little while?
Well, I've actually been doing this for a bit now, and I like to say that I like to take foster breaks, but anytime I do see a list come out, it really just kind of pulls at my heartstrings. I've had so many dogs in and out of the house, and they get just such a bad rep. I mainly work with bully breeds, and anytime we bring them in, we're able to just kind of see them blossom, see how they live in a home with kids, with dogs, and we get to change that reputation that they have.
I love that. Okay, before we let you go, how do, if anybody's interested in adoption of any of, I know it would be hard to part with these foster pups, but what's the best way to go about doing that?
Well, you can reach out to specific rescue. Madam Wigglebutt is with Love Paws, and Aquaman is with Fancy Cats, and Pedro is with
MVAR, Mount Vernon Animal Rescue.
Animal Rescue.
And he's ready for his home. He's done great. He's house trained, crate trained. He does really well. He's ready for his family.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, well, may they all find their forever homes. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, and if you want to see more of our local furry friends, check out this account on Instagram. It's called DC Dogs in the Window. The account managers post photos that people include, maybe you, snapping of random cats and dogs in homes, office windows, and car windows across the DMV. Totally silly and totally fun. And with that, I say thank you so much for joining me. We hope that these stories have inspired you to make a difference in your own way. And I want to continue to share stories that uplift you. You can email us at getuplifted@WUSA9.com. You can reach out to me on X, Instagram, or our Get Up DC social pages. Join the conversation by using that hashtag GetUpDC. And get your daily dose of Get Uplifted every morning at 5 on Get Up DC. You can also find these stories on our website and our YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all pups for joining us. Stay uplifted.